Hey guys, today we're going to talk about why people commit crimes and why people commit crimes with complex exploration and rehabilitation efforts. So we're going to dig into why people commit crimes and why people feel the need to commit crimes, what they may experience in life that lead them down that road. So let's dive right into it. Crime is a pervasive social issue with devastating consequences for individuals, communities, and society as a whole. Understanding the multifaceted reasons behind criminal behavior is crucial for developing effective prevention and rehabilitation strategies. This paper explores various factors that contribute to crime, including social, psychological, economic, and biological influences. In addition, this paper examines different rehabilitation approaches aimed at reducing recidivism. I always have trouble saying that word, and promoting positive reintegration into society. And just a FYI, this is my third time going through this. My computer keeps deleting my video every single time. So if I may seem like I'm rushing through it or going through it, just understand this is my third time, and let's just dive right into it. Crime is a violation of law that can range from minor offenses to violent felonies. Its impact extends far beyond the immediate victims, creating fear, instability, and economic burden within communities. While the desire to punish offenders is understandable, a more holistic approach requires understanding the why behind criminal behavior. This paper dives into the complex web factors that can contribute to crime and explores the importance of rehabilitation efforts in reducing recidivism and promoting positive change. So, we definitely would want to, after seeing the type of things and crimes these people have committed, we definitely would want to grab the book and throw it at them and send them to jail forever. But, a better approach is understanding why they even committed the crime in the first place. Because once we do that, then we can really help these people, and we can help people in the future, so we can not have these crimes. People feel the need to commit these crimes again in the future. So let's just dive into different factors that can lead someone down this road. So let's just start from social factors. Socioeconomic disadvantages such as poverty, lack of education and employment opportunities, and social disorganization within communities are significant risk factors for crime. Limited access to resources can lead individuals to resort to illegal means of survival or turn to criminal networks for support. Another one is family and environment. Dysfunctional family dynamics, including neglect, abuse, and lack of parental supervision, can increase a child's risk of engaging in criminal activity. Exposure to violence within the family can desensitize them to violence and normalize criminalized behavior. So this is what I mean by it depends on what someone goes through in their childhood that leads to this criminal behavior. Just as this example I just went through, if someone grows up in an environment where they are constantly surrounded by violence and criminal behavior, stealing, breaking the law, then it is no surprise that these children grow up and think this is normal behavior. So when they step out to the real world on their own, this is the type of behaviors and the type of stuff that they do since they grew up seeing this. So that definitely has a huge effect. Another effect is peer pressure. The influence of peers, especially during adolescence, can be a powerful factor. Affiliation with delinquent peers can increase the likelihood of engaging in criminal activity due to the desire for acceptance or belonging. At that age, kids are very impressionable and they just want to fit in. So it's not far-fetched that they will fall into the wrong crowd, and that might be the reason they fall into criminal behavior. So next we're going to move to psychological factors. Mental health disorders is one factor. So certain mental illnesses such as schizophrenia and APD, antisocial personality disorder, can be linked to an increased risk of criminal behavior. However, it's crucial to know not all individuals with these mental illnesses are criminals. It just, again, like all these factors, it just has a effect on someone and can contribute to criminal behavior. And so another one is substance abuse. Drug and alcohol addiction can impair judgment and decrease impulse control and lead individuals to engage in criminal activities to support their habit. Another one is cognitive defects. Learning disabilities and cognitive impairments can affect the individual's decision-making skills and problem-solving abilities, potentially increasing the risk of criminal behavior. So that's a big one. And let's move on to the third category of factors. That is the third. Yes, there's so many factors that go into someone's leading down that lifestyle. That's why this is such a complex question paper, because it is definitely not one answer. It's multiple, because there's factors inside of the factors. So let's get next to it. Economic factors, unemployment and economic strain. The lack of legitimate employment opportunities can lead individuals to resort to crime to meet their basic needs to improve their economic situation. So not necessarily excusing someone's behavior, but someone that may not be able to get a job anywhere for whatever reason may turn to a certain lifestyle to make ends meet. We all have to make ends meet at the end of the day. Not excusing it, not saying they're proud, but sometimes we got to do what we have to do, and that can definitely lead them down the path. And another one is income inequality. A widening gap between the rich and poor can create feelings of frustration, resentment, potentially leading to criminal behavior as a form of means to acquire wealth. I've definitely seen this. I've seen people around me steal from big corporations because they feel the corporation's already rich and we're poor and we're struggling, and we deserve the money more. So they just tell themselves what they need to in their head and get themselves in a mindset to where that they feel like they're leveling the playing field between the wealthy and the poor. And another one is biological factors. This one, there's not too much research. While the link is complex and not fully understood, some research suggests a possible genetic predisposition for certain personality traits, such as impulsivity or aggression, which could increase the risk for criminal behavior. However, environment plays more of an important role in shaping someone more than the genes and hereditary comes down to. But that is speaking on the right now's information and right now's research studies. But it's more the environment and not really genes and genetics. So let's talk about the rehabilitation efforts for offenders. So while punishment is, very valid and something that is needed for the criminal justice system, rehabilitation plays a crucial role in making sure these individuals don't fall back into the place they once were before and promoting a positive change for their life. Effective programs focus on addressing the underlying causes of individual criminal behavior and equipping individuals with the skills and resources to reintegrate into society successfully. So different types of these programs are cognitive behavioral therapy. This therapy aims at identifying the change in negative thought patterns, behaviors that contribute to criminal behavior. Another one is vocational training. Equipping offenders with job skills qualifications can increase their employability and reduce the risk of resorting to crime to meet their needs. Another one is substance abuse. Programs that address addiction provide support for recovery and crucial for reducing crimes associated with substance abuse. And another program, for example, social support programs, building a support network around people and individuals to help them have more positive influences, positive things going on in their lives, so they most likely don't fall back into these situations. So they don't fall back into these behaviors and situations later down the road. While we have to understand the challenges and considerations for said people, because we have to understand that yes, these people can be put in all the programs that are out there in the world, and yes, it helps, but we have to consider the challenges that people go through on the daily. It is their environment. So at the end of the day, they have to go home to this environment, whether it is their home, their family, the place they live. It comes down to that. It comes down to the place they return to. So it's important to consider the specific needs and risk factors of each offender when designating these rehabilitation programs. A one-size-fits-all approach is unlikely to be successful. Additionally, ongoing support and access to resources are essential throughout the reintegration process to prevent recidivism, and it just comes down to if we help them help themselves, then we can get them off the street and get people like that off the street. So, in conclusion, the reason why people commit these crimes are as diverse as the individuals themselves. Social factors like poverty, lack of education, and exposure to violence in the home or community create a breeding ground for criminal behavior. These disadvantages can limit opportunities and push individuals toward the desperate measures for survival, sense of belonging. Furthermore, psychological factors like mental illness, substance abuse, cognitive impairments can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions that result in criminal acts. However, it's important to acknowledge the complexities at play. Not everyone facing these challenges will turn to crime. Individual choices influenced by personal values, upbringing, and acts and can contribute. I'm sorry, I lost my wording there. Recognizing various factors like upbringing play a significant role, and factors that contribute to crime fosters a more nuanced understanding of criminal behavior. This knowledge allows us to move beyond simple punishments towards developing preventative measures that address root causes, promote social mobility, and provide mental health support. By creating a society with greater equity and opportunity can ultimately reduce the risk factors that contribute to crime in the first place. So just as I said there, it comes down to stopping it before it happens, doing stuff that helps these causes prevent happening in the first place. When we can look at the big picture and understand the big picture, we can see how we can work at it and how we can prevent this from happening in the future. So that's why when it comes down to understanding why people commit crimes, it's so important to see a huge picture and not just one factor or another, because once we understand it's the environment and it is the things people are put through, that is when we can start working towards getting rid of the need for these criminal behaviors. But that's it for this paper. Next, we're going to talk about my slideshow presentation, so let's get into that.